Yo, what's good YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the Santa's Smackdown 2018, and we've got our third full play matchup, and we're taking on Carbony 20, as you can see on screen. He's got a pretty scary squad, as you can also see on screen. He's got the Megaladios, Palosan, Magnezone, Alolan Muck, Gliscor, and the Araquanid. Very scary sixth there. He chose not to bring Darmanitan and Florges, two other huge threats. So his Z move user is actually Magnezone, which is actually interesting. Um, we've brought Charizard, Clefable, Gliscor, Empoleon, Mian, almost said Mienfoo again, Mienshao, and Decidueye, and decided not to bring the Galvantula or the Ditto in this matchup. Just took our first six here, and I felt like his huge threats were things like Darmanitan, with like Choice Band or Choice Scarf could be problematic, hard to switch in to like always. Megaladios could be like a setup variant or just like a nuke with Draco or something like that. Gliscor can be annoying, Toxic Protect, so on and so forth. Roost, Swords Dance could be an agility or a Baton Bass variant or something like that. He's got a Araquanid, which can set up webs, and doesn't really mind like Empoleon or Decidueye to an extent because of its bug typing, and then its ability where it can't be burned or anything like that. It's really nice, the water bowl thing. So it's pretty cool. He's got in this matchup two potential Stealth Rockers in Gliscor and the Palosan, and he's got some nice Volt Turn action going on with Magnezone and Darmanitan, and Gliscor even into things like Vladi and Alolan Muck and Magnezone to trap certain things. Magnezone for Steel types, Muck for Psychic types or maybe Dark types or really anything. Florges is a nice Wish Passer, so on and so forth. His mon's got pretty reliable recovery. Megaladios with Recover, Gliscor with Roost, Florges with the Wish Pass and Synthesis, and Palosan with the Shore Up. So pretty problematic there. I felt like we've built a pretty fun squad though. It's actually really fun squad, as well as being like a very solid squad at the same time. So we've got Mega Charizard X, which is a Jolly variant with enough speed to outpace base 95 months, so that we can always outpace the Darmanitan. And if we got a Dragon Dance up, we will outpace a Choice Scarf Darmanitan as well. We have enough attack investment so that after a Swords Dance, we pretty much guarantee knockout a Gliscor after Stealth Rocks, even if it's max HP, max defense, which is really nice. So Swords Dance and Flare Blitz just rips his team. His only resist being the Lottie, which takes like 90% from a +2 Flare Blitz from this Charizard. I've also got Dragon Dance on here. I didn't necessarily need Dragon Claw. Because of Flare Blitz just being so strong, and Dragon Dance would give me the opportunity to, if I need a speed boost, that I can get it instead of just Swords Dance, and I could just Dragon Dance. So I've got both options there, and then we've got the Roost, which is really nice. Clefable's going to be another Wish Passer, pretty much a staple to the squad. Mixed defense in this case, so that we can take like Psychic into Psychic from Megaladios, we can take Psyshock into Psyshock from Megaladios, so on and so forth, and Moonblast will bop it pretty well. Thought about carrying something for like Hidden Power Ground for Muck and the Magnezone, but ultimately decided Heal Bell would be really nice in case he gets a Toxic off with the Gliscor or something like that. It could be problematic. So I mentioned we had some fun on the squad. We've got a Toxic Orb, Poison Heal, Gliscor, pretty much max HP, max Spadef, with a little bit of speed investment, just a little bit, so that we can always outpace a non-Choice Scarf Magnezone and bop it with the Earthquake. We've got Agility, Baton Pass. So basically what we want to do is Baton Pass and Agility into Zard or Mienshao, which you'll see in a minute why. And those two mons can really wreak havoc. So we've got a Shuckleberry variant for Empoleon, which is a max HP, max Spadef variant, so that we can take on Florges and Megalodi and take a Thunderbolt after Stealth Rocks. Draco into Thunderbolt or Psychic into Thunderbolt can't knock me out. After Stealth Rocks, I get my own Stealth Rocks up to throw off a Toxic for their Arachnid, the Megalodios, so on and so forth. And then Scald is really nice versus his entire team outside of like Arachnid, and then Ice Beam hits the Megalodios and the Gliscor for super effective damage, which is really, really nice. We've got a Mienshao, which is a choice banded Reckless variant with the high jump kick. We had to rock Jolly so that we could outpace a non-Scarf Darmanitan, but we still hit really, really hard with the Reckless and the choice band. High jump kick is just insane. We've got Knockoff and Stone Edge. He does have the Megalodi, which is a nice high jump kick switch in, so Knockoff's really nice for that despite him being a Mega. And then Stone Edge is basically there for like a neutral type move for Arachnid, Gliscor, and Megalodios, so that's really nice too. And then U-turn for momentum. I can bring in Charizard, I can bring in Clef, I can bring in Gliscor or Decidueye, so on and so forth, and then potentially pivot again or just be in a solid position from the U-turn that Mienshao provides. Next up, we've got an Adamant Choice Scarf Decidueye with U-turn, Spirit Shackle, Leaf Blade, and Defog. Adamant max attacks is really nice, and then Spirit Shackle prevents things from doubling out on me, and then Leaf Blade's really nice for like Palossand and a weakened Arachnid and Gliscor, so on and so forth. Defog prevents my opponent from keeping rocks and webs up. This is kind of like a safety net for webs. I could have brought Taunt or I don't know, Empoleon with Defog and Toxic and Stealth Rock, but felt like this would be the best case scenario for me in this matchup. Anyways, that being said, we can hop into the replay here, and he's only got two potential Stealth Rockers, being the Palossand and the Gliscor, so Empoleon and Decidueye match up really well. I think I would have led with Empoleon had he not brought the Magnezone. It would have probably been the better lead, but yeah, he does have the Magnezone, so Decidueye is more optimal for me. Here I could click Leaf Blade or Spirit Shackle, but if he's bulky, neither one of them knock him out, and he's more than likely going to switch, so I'm going to U-turn out here as he brings in his Gliscor. We're going to go hard into our Empoleon, and this screams Sugarberry, but I don't mind. I'm going to try to get my rocks up, and then I'm going to poison the Arachnid. So this is really nice. He gets his webs up, but it's not problematic because I have Defog and Charizard and Gliscor. Both are immune to webs. Pre-Mega Evolutions are, that is. Anyways, he's able to switch in his Magnezone here and trap me, so a little bit unfortunate, but like I mentioned, I'm very, very, very bulky, max HP, max def on this Empoleon, so we're actually going to be able to eat this Thunderbolt, survive on 1%, and get off a Torrent boosted Scald. As you can see the difference from the first Scald and the second Scald. Torrent really makes a difference, and now Empoleon has did well. Basically got rocks up and was able to poison Arachnid and eliminate Magnezone, so that's really nice. We got the Sugarberry, but he just U-turns out. 1% he could have knocked off, he could have Earthquake, anything was going to knock us out at that point. But he brings in his Gliscor here, his Alolan Muck, which gives me Gliscor. So I'm going to click Agility here. And he knocks off my Toxic Orb, but at the same time he poisons me, so a little bit unfortunate for him, and a bit fortunate for me, which is really nice. And he hard switches out into his Lottie the following turn, as I go for Earthquake here. I could Baton Pass right now, but on the off chance that he was Calm Mind or something like that, I didn't want to switch into something that would just end up dying anyway. So I hard switch out to my Clefable, get hit with a critical hit on the Ice Beam, but I'm able to Wish and then Protect and get all my health back, so not too big of a deal. And then he's got the Muck in, so I can go hard back into my Gliscor. And at this point, things are basically in a position where I can win the match if this works out in my favor. So the plan is to Agility up. If he stays in, that's game. If he hard switches to Megalodios, then I can Baton Pass out. With my Agility, I will be faster than Megalodios, and I can Baton Pass before he's actually able to hit me with the Ice Beam. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click the agility again. He showed Mega Latios his first time switching in, and he shows it again. I don't mind this time. I'm going to baton pass out and bring in my Charizard. And reason being for Charizard is because in this tour, we don't have to Mega Evolve first turn. So he can't hit me with a super effective Dragon Pulse, and he can't risk going for anything other than Dragon Pulse unless he decides to switch out. So I'm going to set up a Swords Dance without Mega Evolving here as he goes out into his Gliscor. So this is perfect for me. Even after a little bit of Poison Heal, he's not going to be in range to survive a +2 Flare Blitz. And at this point we have a +2/+2 Mega Charizard X with Flare Blitz. So he's basically just going to take Gliscor down, take the Alolan Muck down, brings in the Palossand here, and it's going to be just at enough HP there that we're going to fall in return to our recoil. So that's a little bit unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world or anything like that. He brings in his Araquanid as I bring in my Decidueye. Felt like Decidueye was best case scenario. I'm going to click Spirit Shackle, despite not getting a knockout here. I think it was my best play. Toxic will knock him out, and then he's forced into his Mega Latios, where he will outpace us because of the Sticky Webs negating our Choice Scarf. But he goes for the Ice Beam, and at this point, Clefable should be able to 1v1 this thing, or at least put it in range to wear Gliscor. Well, I guess Gliscor doesn't really have an attack to hit it with, so thank goodness Clefable is able to come through here once again. Clefable's put the team on the back and just has worked phenomenally so far, and we're able to pick up a nice 3-0 victory here in our third match. So we won our first game, second game, and our third game so far. We've got one more pool play matchup, and that will be our last pool play. And I think with 3 wins, we're already guaranteed to be into the brackets, but I'm not for sure because of differential, and there's another coach that hasn't played any of his games in his pool or in this pool yet. So he could go like 4-0, and then Carbony could go 3-1 with a better differential than me, and then those two would make it above me. So the plan is to win the last one, or at least make it to where our differential is higher than Carbony's at least. So that's going to be it. Let me know what you thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.